I don't usually like to make a personal comment about somebody who's already dead. What did I do? I designed a phone. If you did not design it, Koreans would have done it. You tell me, is it important that you are a pleasant and wonderful human being?
So this question comes from Rim. He says that Steve Jobs was said to have a bad temperament. He often subjected his employees to profanity, fired them in public, and pushed them to the extreme limits of performance. He is also considered one of the greatest innovators of our time. Is such behavior justified as long as one delivers results?
I don't usually like to make a personal comment about somebody who's already dead, okay? But I'm asking you, one thing is what we do, another thing is what kind of human beings we are. Is it important what kind of human being you are? Hello? Yes. I did something, what did I do? I designed a phone. If you did not design it, Koreans would have done it, Chinese would have done it, Indians also beginning to do it. Yes or no? There is a certain brand building process in the world with which you can build a brand. And see, I want you to understand, you're a doctor, at least on the way. Does this body need oxygen or carbon dioxide? Oxygen. But people pumped carbon dioxide into your bottle and said the real thing, Coca-Cola. It's the largest brand on the planet, all right? More people drink, at least all these years, more people drank Coca-Cola than people did yoga or people did anything else. In the remotest part of this country, if you went 20 years ago, if you uttered the word yoga, they didn't know what it was. But if you said Coca-Cola, they knew what it was. So just because it's branded like this and marketed like this, does it become that your system has become such it likes carbon dioxide and doesn't like oxygen? Is it so? No. So you can brand things in so many ways, you don't go by these things. You tell me, is it important that you are a pleasant and wonderful human being? Is it important for you? Yes. Otherwise you look at it the other way around. Do you like to be shouted at right now? I can shout. You like to be shouted at? No. Then why do you think somebody else likes it? Hello? You don't want to be abused, isn't it? Would you like to be abused? Then why do you ever think that somebody else likes it? When you don't like it, you know it is not nice to you, why do you do it to this person? Why do you do that? You lost your humanity fundamentally, isn't it? So, just because you made a lot of money, I don't think it means anything. Alexander, the great idiot, conquered half the known world. What does it mean? It doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Only a fool would call such a man as a great man. He just spent his whole life killing people and you call him Alexander the Great? No, they forgot his third name, it was idiot. So, please do not go by these standards. Somebody has this much money, so he becomes a great man? I don't think so. Anyway, you untimely death with cancer happened, you didn't pack all your money and go, there's no container service in the end. He went to the extent of saying that whatever at that time he had some $46 billion personal worth. He said, even if I have to use this $46 billion, every dollar of it, I would like to destroy Google. Because that is it. They're not making phones, but they have become more prominent in the country. So you want to kill it, even if you lose all your money. There are people like this. Even if both my eyes go, I want to take one eye of hers. This is the crudest level of existence as far as I'm concerned. What is being looked forward to from a leader is, he should be able to see things that other people are not able to see. Leadership is not about you asserting yourself over somebody. It is about being able to harness everybody's aspirations and make it happen. What difference can you make in the world is no more in terms of charity. How innovative is your business? That's the business right now. Essentially, running an organization means, in some way, you're managing maybe 1,000 minds or 10,000 minds. If you cannot even manage yours, how are you going to manage everybody else's? The success, even in a business space, is about growth. How many people are you touching? How vast is your operations? This is the growth of a business, not necessarily how much gold have you kept. For the very first time in the history of humanity, we have the necessary resource, we have the necessary capability, we have the necessary technology to address every human problem on the planet. Even 25 years ago, we couldn't have dreamt of it. But the only thing that is missing is consciousness. We are still thinking you versus me, we are not thinking we. When you have such a privilege in your hand, which is called as leadership, if you recognize that the work that you're doing is very important, first thing is you must work upon yourself. So leadership at any level, whether you're running your own business or a state or a nation, three basic qualities which sets a leader apart and makes him into a fruitful proposition for everybody around him is his integrity, his ability to inspire people to do the right things, and above all, insight. We have to understand that leadership today has to rise beyond national identities, because only then true democracy for humanity becomes a meaningful process. Changing the consciousness of the leadership shouldn't take a long time if you find access to them. The only global mechanism on the planet is economic mechanism. Politics, military, religion, all these things are split up. Economy is one thing which bridges across all divides. Only an economic leader can cross boundaries and go where he wants. A political leader cannot do it, a military leader cannot do it, a religious leader cannot do it. The only person who can really build what he wants across the globe is only the economic leader ultimately. In this effort, at one time I aimed at the political leadership. Then I found the economic leaders are easier to work with, more willing to change. And I think it's very important. The forum has done a fantastic job of putting these people together. Inclusiveness means making sure every human being on this planet has an active role to play in the economic process. Once you're a leader, the very way you think, the way you feel, the way you act, every single thing that you do affects millions of people. When such a privilege has been conferred upon an individual human being, I think it is a fundamental responsibility of every leader to do something about himself within himself, to elevate himself in whichever way possible. It's very, very essential today. In all these years of life, how many of you have passed through one 24-hour stretch, that is one single day, absolutely joyfully, without a single moment of irritation, agitation, pain, frustration? 24 hours. Very few people on this planet can say yes to this, very few. The only and the worst crime that you can commit in this life is you did not explore the full depth and potential of life. Somebody decides what I should eat, what I should wear, where I should go, where I should not go, you call this slavery. But now somebody decides what should happen within me. Is this not slavery? Anybody can make you go haywire any moment in your life. Yes, people can provoke you to lose your balance within yourself. So, if this doesn't change, your ability to master your destiny is very minimal. You want your industry to go your way, you want your management to go your way, you want your family to go your way, even on that level, if you have much more control over your physical body, your mind, your emotion and your energies, you will see very easily the world will start following you. Rather than you being a slave of the situations, you start creating situations the way you want it. So this is an inner science. As there is an external science for external well-being, there's an inner science for inner well-being.